Morning, everyone. Next, we're going to talk about team and collaboration, and like Ernst has mentioned, these are the main things. And there are a lot of problems in construction industry with collaboration. So yeah, let's first see how it's going at the moment in the construction industry, and there are some issues that we all know, and then how maybe Trimble Connect can help and solve some of these issues. Ernst has also mentioned this one, so communication is maybe, there's several problems and issues in the construction industry, but this communication maybe is the biggest one. So for example, if we are using drawings, we have two persons like here, and they both create their own opinion of the drawing. And you can see that it always might not be the same. Then of course in the project we have a lot of documents and information. We have drawings, different paper documents. Where can we find the right document? What about the information? Is it always up to date? And then what happens if we have a change in the drawing or the design or some of the documents? How can we access the latest documents and give access to these persons, and they will get the right information at the right time? So there's the challenge. And this of course affects and results that the construction industry and the productivity is not developed as much if you're comparing some of the other industries, for example, car manufacturing. And there's a lot of waste in construction. And if we look a little bit closer about today's projects, we know that there's a lot of stakeholders, owner, designers, subcontractors. Then we have many file formats. We have the 2D drawings, we have 3D drawings, all other documents. And even with BIM, there is now more and more different file formats and documents in the project. So managing all this information is also a challenge. So what is Trimble Connect, and maybe how can it help you with all these issues that I showed you previously? So Trimble Connect is kind of ecosystem that you can easily access all the information. Of course, the information is in cloud, and you can access it through the web, through the desktop or the mobile, and wherever you are. So that's, of course, make it much more easier. And it also, the user interface, it's easier to use of some of the BIM tools that we have maybe used earlier. But it's also only not a product, it's a kind of a platform and service that you can integrate with your own software or your own systems. Of course, Trimble Connect is already integrated with many of the Trimble products, but there's also opportunity that you can use. For example, the Open BIM standards. It supports IFC, which is on the building side, it's the most used open standard. Then there's the infra side, there's the land XML file, which is kind of IFC also. PCF, like Ernst has already mentioned, is the collaboration format between different softwares. Then we have the Trimble connections, of course, so where Trimble Connect can talk with SketchUp, Prolog, Vico, Tekla, Net, and even with the machinery that Trimble provides. So like Ernest has showed you that with this cloud system you can send some planet coordination points and then get back the actual coordination points. And this helps to transfer the data from the site back to the office. Then it's really open, so we have also created a connection, for example, Bentley and Autodesk products. For example, Revit, you can publish native Revit model straight to direct to the Trimble Connect and open and view the model there. I will show that a little bit more later. And of course, more is coming because Trimble Connect's quite new product, so there's all the time developing and more of these connectors coming. And like I mentioned, so there is open API, so everyone can join this system, so it's really open. So here's a couple examples of how it actually works. So like I mentioned, when we're talking about Autodesk Revit and architecture, so the architect can work in their own environment. They can work in Revit and just publish, import and export some of the files. For example, like native Revit model can be published directly to Trimble Connect, where you can review and maybe find some issues from the model. And you can also download some IFCs or other reference file formats back to Revit from Trimble Connect, so it works both ways. But it's not only the general information that, for example, architects can provide. We want to provide the constructible information. Like Ernest has also showed, this is the information that we need on fabricator or the construction to really build a building. So here's a kind of a chart how it works. So again, structural engineer can work in Tekla, architect could be also working in SketchUp or MEP software. So you can publish, for example, Tekla structures, you can publish IFC, create different kind of revisions, and then also download the other models directly from Trimble Connect. And top of the picture you can see that, so here you can give access to all of the other stakeholders of the project, owner, general contractor, and even authorities. So let's see how it looks like. So this is the web version, like I mentioned, it's based on browser, where you can see all your products on the top of left corner. So you can open and review your project. You can see the whole data structure there. You can see drawings, all documents, also BIM models, and then you can open the model straight from the browser and see it there. Then we have also to-dos, so we can create different kind of tasks for different persons or the stakeholders of the project. You can share information, and you can also all the time follow the activities, the log, what's happening in the project. Who's joining, who's adding, who has updated new file or new drawing in the project. Then the same information you can access from the desktop, your laptop or your computer. So if Ernest has mentioned Tekla BIM-site, this is kind of a same kind of tool, maybe a little bit more developed, so it's connecting all the time to the cloud, and you can get the IFCs and DVGs, for example, here. And here you can check the classes, you can create some views on the lower corner there, and then share all the information that you're creating here also to the web and the mobile. Yeah, and the last one was the mobile, so you can also see from Android and iPads that you can review the model, you can see all the shared data, all the documents. You can download all the models offline, go to the site, and you don't need to be connected all the time to the web. So it's handy for the sites also. And let's see a short video about how it looks like in real life. So the website is connect.trimble.com, where you can go even today. There you can see all your products there, all projects. You can find it, visit all over the world. It could be North America, Europe, Asia. There you can see and invite the whole project team there. You can see all the stakeholders. You can create different kind of groups and give permissions to these groups. So it's easier to share with these groups, for example, that groups are for designers, so you can publish and share information. Like I mentioned, you can open the models there, review it. Easy to use, no training needed, just start using it. And then you can, like I mentioned, you can see the activity list, who's doing, who's publishing, what has been changed. You can all the time follow what's happening in your project. The same in desktop, so I downloaded the same project on my computer. I can open the models here. I can see even the more detailed models here, rebars, bolts and nuts. So this is like more powerful for seeing the whole constructible model. There we can see the same to-dos that I've created, for example, on the web, and then we can see and create different kind of views to make the communication more easier. So we don't need to send a drawing, we can create this kind of intelligent view, and then let's get to the mobile, and there we can see again the same data, and we can see the shared views, which easily helps the communication, that you can find the correct place or the situation or issue that was talked in the to-dos. And here now we can open for example that footing to-do that was, for example, tasked that these footings should be casted this week, and then we can open using the view the same. Here we have also the documents. We can have both drawings and the models. We can see here. Then we just select view, and for example, that today these footings were casted, so we can say that okay, those are casted and ready for inspection. Okay, so a little bit about how you can start even now using Trimble Connect. So the idea is that it's open BIM, and of course it should be also a free version of that. So Techno BIM site used to be also free for everyone, so Trimble Connect can also, that you can open IFCs and models with the free version. Of course there's some limitations in the free version, but that you can use already today. But if you want to use it more efficient than in the real project, then there's three options that you can: business, project, and enterprise. In the business version, you can, for example, if you are an engineering company or a construction company, you can buy 50 for 50 users, and then you can have unlimited projects and then unlimited storage. For project, if you have a bigger project and there is a lot of stakeholders and you want to give access to all of these project parties, so then project package is probably the best one in that case. So unlimited users, unlimited storage, again, this one. Then the enterprise. If your company are starting to use heavily Trimble Connect and you have a lot of people, you have many projects, and this is the way that you can share the information, all the project parties and all of your own company workers. So this is like the full package of Trimble Connect. But like I mentioned, now if you go to the connect.trimble.com, you can start it right now and use it for free for some time. And you can access with free, you can have your project on the kind of project bank on the browser. You can also download the desktop version, and then you can use the mobile tool. With free version, so now you can really use the full Trimble Connect, so it's not limited at the moment. So, thank you, and more information is coming on connecttrimble.com, and